You can just see this endless amount of carpet tiles stretching into the horizon. To some people, this would be boring, but to me, it's terrifying. But trust me, what you're imagining is nothing compared to the original story. And today, I want to talk about why the backrooms are way scarier than you think. This was followed by another image of a darker version of the backrooms with the caption, "Entering the infinite is easy, but leaving is impossible." And then finally, the description of the place itself. Because if you step foot inside the backrooms, you are not getting out alive. Each level of the backrooms has its own unique environment and difficulty for survival, but all levels share one thing in common: no exit. To reach the backrooms, you have to do what's known as a no-clip. That is literally clipping or cutting through the physical world, which leaves you stuck in limbo. Then you fall into the backrooms. You might think you already know about the backrooms because you've seen videos or played games based on it. Well, believe it or not, some people claim that it's possible in real life. Another way is to stand behind a wall and make a 180-degree turn. The last one I'll mention is running as fast as you can in one direction and then turning around, which is definitely the method I would not recommend trying. But I wouldn't recommend trying any of these methods because I haven't tested them, and honestly, I don't plan on doing so. These doors lead to level 0, otherwise known as Yellow Madness. When you no-clip, you take whatever dimension you're in with you. So if you no-clip out while in level 0, you'll bring level 0 with you and everything will be destroyed. The lost souls trapped in the backrooms tend to wander around aimlessly, although they sometimes gather into groups to comfort each other. Level 1 is known as the office complex. Everything seems normal at first, but you soon realize the lights are flickering and the computers are on, but nobody's there. As you walk further into the kitchen, you hear the sound of buzzing saws and gurgling flesh. The floor becomes slick with blood, and the walls are covered in teeth and eyes. There are also entities known as the hounds that roam around hunting trespassers. So yeah, if you find yourself in level 3, you should probably run. Eventually, you'll find the maintenance tunnels and decide to hide in there. Before we get into what the backrooms actually are, we need to understand where they came from. Now you're in level 4, otherwise known as the highway. This is a dark and dank labyrinth filled with flesh-colored slime dripping from the walls. You may find bones or teeth scattered across the ground, but you'll probably be too scared to pick them up. I mean, who else would be crazy enough to drive through the backrooms? And since there are no windows or exits, you won't know if it's day or night. Here you are in a white void that is silent and empty. There is absolutely nothing here. You've reached the end of the backrooms, but winning isn't what you think. All of the entities and the lost souls disappear. No more hounds, no more buzzsaws, no more absolutely anything. So you won't know if you've been down here for a day, a week, a month, or longer. See, all of the backrooms combined are considered the most terrifying place you could possibly imagine. But level 7 is the one exception. And I think that's what makes the backrooms so scary. I guess it doesn't matter because if you decide to hitch a ride, you'll be no-clipped into the car with every intention of becoming roadkill. And if you're lucky enough to reach level 7, well, you win. Congratulations. You're in a white void and you're completely alone. This is a never-ending road surrounded by towering pillars that stretch into the clouds above. Every single level is morphing and adapting to produce new ways to kill you. And if that's true, then you're never safe. But hey, at least you're completely alone. Maybe you're having the time of your life and you're suddenly snapped out of it. If you found yourself in the backrooms, what would you do? Let me know in the comments, and remember, you can follow me on social media if you want to be notified when I upload my next video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. They could appear behind you at any moment and consume you in a blink of an eye. It's filled with books containing all human knowledge. However, the text in the books is written in a language that hasn't been deciphered yet. Because unlike other creepypastas like Jeff the Killer or Slender Man, the Backrooms didn't come from some underground internet forum. It's impossible to leave because you have to destroy the Backrooms to escape, which would destroy reality as we know it. You can never run away. You can never hide. You can never escape the Backrooms because they're everywhere and nowhere. They're outside and inside. They're above and below. They're the light and the darkness. They're everything and nothing. They were created by a user named Kane Pixels in a single post on the wiki site known as Know Your Meme. And that is why the person who created the Backrooms said that entering is easy, but leaving is impossible. There are so many possibilities, and that's what makes the Backrooms so scary. At this point, you may feel pain in your chest along with breathing difficulties. And if you somehow found a way to destroy them, you'd be destroying infinite dimensions. This is because the oxygen molecules in the air are beginning to die off. Now you're walking through a maze of factories and warehouses. If you open any of the doors, you'll find machines of unknown origin. As time goes on, you will continue to choke and eventually die. On June 2019, he posted an image of the Backrooms with the caption, "If you stare into the abyss long enough, the abyss will stare back at you." They're coming together to squeeze you in every direction until you become a pancake. Then they'll absorb you into the walls. Some people say that the walls of level 0 are sentient and enjoy eating intruders, which is why you shouldn't go there even if you can breathe. The Backrooms are a fictional location in the real world that exists between dimensions. It is an alternate dimension that serves as a gateway to others. Now, the first part of this definition is something I really want to draw your attention to. Unfortunately, there isn't one, and after about 3 hours of searching, you'll probably be dead from exhaustion. So finding an exit is futile. The Backrooms exist in our reality between dimensions, which means to enter them, you don't have to go anywhere. The Backrooms are a gateway to other dimensions. So when Kane Pixels created the Backrooms, he wasn't only creating a place, he was creating infinite places, infinite versions of the Backrooms, each being worse than the last. In fact, the Backrooms could be anywhere. All you have to do is walk through a doorway and step into another dimension. This brings us to the next part of the definition. So now that we understand what the Backrooms are, let's talk about how to get there. Because it's not quite what you'd expect. But the question still remains, how do you do a no-clip? One of the ways people say you can no-clip is while standing directly between two mirrors. But regardless of how you do it, once you successfully no-clip, you should see a pair of yellow doors. As soon as you step into level 0, the air grows stale, heavy, and toxic. And as your vision fades, you'll notice the walls closing in. Because when you do, you're going to run into a lot of people who aren't too happy to see you. Fortunately, though, most of the lost souls in the Backrooms are friendly and will try to help you find an exit. You could try to no-clip out, but here's the catch. Level 0 is basically just a taste of what is to come because as you move further into the Backrooms, things get progressively worse. Oh, and watch out for the security bots that patrol the halls because they won't think twice before killing you. That brings us to level 2, otherwise known as the library. Level 3 is known as the meat freezer. It's an industrial kitchen filled with meat hooks hanging from the ceiling. At the end of the kitchen is a door with a sign that reads, "Trespassers will be fed to the grinder." I mean, where else are you gonna go? Because every level below level 3 gets worse and worse and there's no escaping it. Let's say you managed to avoid the buzzsaw and you made it out a meat freezer. Vehicles drive by every couple seconds, but they seem to be ghost cars. Congratulations, you've made it to level 5. Also known as the industrial zone, and if you're unfortunate enough to touch one, you'll experience excruciating pain as your body is fused into a metal sculpture. In my opinion, the worst level of the Backrooms is level 6, also known as the caves. I mean, who knows how long those have been down here or what they used to be attached to? And that brings us to the final level of the backrooms, level 7, also known as nothingness. To put it simply, level 7 is the closest thing to true nothingness. And if you find yourself here, congratulations, you win. Here's the thing, according to the lore, when you reach level 7, you're completely alone. You're in a white void and you're completely alone. This is both the best and worst outcome. When you reach level 7, the backrooms are at their least terrifying. It's easy to enter the backrooms because all you need to do is walk through a doorway. I want you to think about that for a second. The backrooms exist between dimensions in our reality. In theory, that means you'd be destroying all of reality. So it's easy to enter the backrooms, but impossible to leave. All of these levels I described earlier are traps. All of them will kill you one way or another. You can just stand there forever, or you can try to destroy the backrooms and all of reality to get home. But then again, maybe you're not. Maybe you're with all of the people you love and care about. Maybe you're with your friends and family, because at any moment the backrooms could change. There's also the possibility that the backrooms are always changing. The backrooms are always watching, waiting for you to relax so they can strike at a moment's notice. The backrooms are within your mind. The backrooms are without your mind. I can go on forever. And with that said, here's my final question for you.